Yeah, the second stock I'm going to talk about is one that focuses on online education. And give me a quick second to share my screen. I always miss the button. Okay, Control F. All right, so this is going to be Coursera. It's traded under the New York Stock Exchange as ticker COUR. The IPO date was a few months ago, March 31st of 2021. Like I mentioned, this is a company that focuses on online education. It really has three main markets. First is the consumer. So if I want to go online and take a course, I can do that, and I would count as consumers. They also have the enterprise market. The enterprise market is, hey, if you're working for some good big company, most of the time they provide some form of online education where if you're a worker, you want to learn a little bit more, they kind of pay for licenses here, and now that worker or that employee can go and learn a little bit more and improve their education in whatever market they're learning about. They also finally have a degrees program, and this is a little bit more costly, where a normal consumer class would probably be about $20-$40, something usually below $100. A degree program here, they're actually working with some big schools. We'll take a quick look in a bit, but here you can actually take a full online degree, and it's backed up by the college or the university that you're taking the course with. So these is usually in the high thousands range, just like your typical course right now. Growth potential. I personally see online education has seen a huge growth in the past year, especially during COVID right now. But not just more. I feel like more people, especially in the younger generation, are seeing ways to kind of move outside of traditional learning. Another growth potential, more schools partnering up with Coursera. And actually, let me just jump in real quick to the company's website. So Coursera, this is their website. You can go to coursera.org, and you can see right here, there's Illinois, Duke, University of Pennsylvania, University of Michigan, Stanford. They've worked with some great universities, right? They've also worked with and let me just make sure, this are not like Penn State. It's University of Penn. It's not Michigan. Michigan, the one everybody knows, is University of Michigan. I believe there's a little difference between them. They also work with a lot of big companies like IBM, Google. For example, here, if you want to take a course on data center, right? You want to do the most popular on data science, you're going to see that the original ones, the top most popular, are usually hosted by Google. So it's either some Google professional or someone certified by Google to kind of teach these classes. And at the end, you're going to get a Google career certificate. And I think that's super powerful right now, just because I kind of seen that firsthand experience where now in jobs, especially if you're kind of looking something in the software, in the technology field, they're not really focused too much in your educational background. Obviously, if you have a degree in a great school, it can go a long way. But if you have some kind of experience or even some of these certificates, they can actually open the door for a lot of places. So firsthand experience, I'm definitely seeing a lot of jobs kind of, not, I wouldn't say forgetting about traditional schooling, but opening these kind of certificates by kind of certified by these big companies to kind of enter into the workforce. One of the biggest risk I want to say is the competitive market. I mean, some of these schools can just kind of create their own online degree. There's a lot of other companies, Udemy, Udacity, that also focus in this product as well. So there's definitely a competition. I also want to show you guys their most recent Q2 earnings. And let me move this out the way so you guys can see. We can see revenue is about 102 million. And this was reported as of June 30th of 2021. So their most recent quarter, they should be expected to report earnings this upcoming month of November. But $102 million, up 38% year over year. Consumer makes a good portion of the revenue, roughly 62%. Enterprise, roughly 28%. Degrees, roughly 10%. But we can see all of them are growing. The biggest ones that are growing are the enterprise and the degrees. I feel those are the ones that probably have a little bit higher segment margins, and they do, right? Segment margins for enterprise is about 1 percentage point bigger than consumer. Degrees are usually a little bit higher there. So those are two main markets, and I can see the growth potential there. Right off the bat, let me just cancel this and go back to the presentation. This is a stock that has underperformed the overall market right now. I think online education, as kind of COVID cases are kind of going back, are going down, and people are going back to their traditional workplace. Some people are worried that, hey, people are not going to be doing online education anymore. They're going to go back to traditional schooling. The company is also not profitable at the moment. So it's still a very early business, one that, hey, I want to see how growth is going now that kind of these eases in lockdowns are kind of eased out right now. So want to keep an eye out for sure if one is interested in the online education market.
Yeah, that's definitely one that I think you want to watch how things are progressing. I don't. I think this is one of the companies that folks pretty much wrote off. They said, okay, the pandemic is over, so now people are going to abandon education. But really, I think when people get back to corporate environments, I think companies are still going to require their employees to improve their education, improve their personal education and professional education. So I think there's a good opportunity there.